All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for this morning. We have a great word, and one that just makes me smile when I hear it, and especially see that picture that I put up of it. So the word, the virtue that we're going to focus on today is cheerfulness. So let's read the description first, and it goes like this. Cheerfulness is seeing the bright side and looking for the good in whatever happens. It is maintaining a positive attitude of optimism and confidence. When we give cheerfully, we are wholeheartedly helpful. Even when life is challenging, we make the best of it. We trust that all will be well. We nurture happiness. A cheerful smile can light up everyone's day. A couple things stand out to me in that description, and the first one is about the cheerful smile. You know, there isn't anything that can make someone look beautiful except for the smile. That the smile of a person who is genuinely smiling and is genuinely cheerful just brings a certain energy to the room, to the conversation, to the relationship that you have. That I don't honestly know of anything else that can do that. So I guess that question is how do we maintain that? And that is by seeing the bright side, to seeing that and believing that things are always working out for us. And if we go back in our in our history of us individually, we find out that even those things that were challenging, that were difficult, that were all the things that we didn't want to have happen, somehow or another, things always work out. We figure things out. We learn things. We use those lessons in the future with ourselves and with others. And when we take that moment to look at the items that have happened in our past and see what the results have been, long-term results, sometimes 20, 30, 40 years, we understand that this is true. And we can have a brighter look at the things that happen. I'll just give you a quick example. I didn't have the greatest childhood in the world, and yet I had the greatest childhood in the world. And why do I say that? Because the things that happened to me and the quote unquote trauma that I went through, even though at the moment it didn't seem like so much as trauma, but certainly the things that took place were things that I have used as examples for both myself and for others in life in general. So, quick example. I had a dad that was older, I'm going to say. He was pretty old. When I was born, he was 54 years old, and then soon thereafter was pretty sick, and he passed away when he was 68 years old. So as I approached that birth date, that's one of those things that are on my mind. But his way of, especially when he was sick and in bed and not able to do anything, one of his ways of disciplining or whatever was to yell and scream and use names to shame me into doing whatever. And one of his favorite things was the word stupid. And he just, that was just something that automatically came out of his mouth about me. Now, to this day, this is something that has bothered me, and whenever someone makes me feel like less than, or that I don't know something that they believe that I should know, and I feel that those words come back, it's bothersome, right? And it's a trigger for me. So having said that, it took me 40 years, maybe longer, to figure out the positive side of that I was able to use that story to help others to appreciate how triggers can come from a long time ago and things that we don't even recognize and they can have an effect on our personality and the way we treat others even now. Because I went through a long period of time in my life up until, for a long period in my life when I was a very angry person, and I, did things that demonstrated that. And so once I figured all that stuff out and made that choice to work on that and to become a better, a not so angry person, and to have more empathy for others, and to be more cheerful. Once I decided that and worked on that, and I was able to figure out why it happened. So I look back on those experiences now, and no, I didn't like it when it was happening. However, I look at them now and I can see, man, there were some great lessons in that. And look where it's brought me today. And look at the number of individuals that I've been able to work with and help to see that this is something that they can overcome too. And there's just so many blessings in that. And I don't know about you, but I've had these kinds of things happen in my life. Some really major things happen. That one was probably even one of the smaller ones. That when I went through them, I absolutely did not like them at all. I didn't have that optimistic viewpoint. And yet, in the end, we still came through it. And now, when I go through things that are more difficult, I'm able to see and think about what is the lesson here, or how can I use this to become a better person, or how can I use this to help others? And I tell you what, it just makes a huge difference. So I encourage everyone to find that cheerfulness inside of themselves by maintaining that positive attitude of confidence, maintaining that optimism that's needed, recognizing that everything that happens to us has a lesson or an ending or something that's going to come about. And in the end, everything is working out for us. And so that's how I'm thinking about that today. And I'm so appreciative of all those nasty things that happened to me in the past that seem better now. So how do we help our children to see that? If they see us complaining all the time about everything and being down on everything that's happening, they're going to learn to do that exact same thing and to have that sort of attitude and that way of being. And so, the words that we use and how we and how we react to both good things and bad things, because the opposite it can be true. If we're driven by if our happiness and cheerfulness is only driven by things that are happening when they're good, then they're going to learn that. So we encourage everyone to bring out the cheerfulness in others by being cheerful yourself, and by promoting this attitude of optimism. And and this is one of the ways, if when we can show our children that the experiences that they're having are going to be helpful in the future, then we've really accomplished a great thing. So those are my thoughts today about cheerfulness. I hope we all can focus on that. Keep that smile on your face. You never know when that might be something that helps someone else's day be better. So until next time, keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time.